Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video on my channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So, today we are back with StarvHarv and bad translation of historical timelines. We're going back to the Middle Ages today. Yeah, not quite so chronologically. I think if we look into the playlist, there would also be another one first, but that's 19th century, and I think going from 19th century back to the Middle Ages is a bit weird. To be honest, we've made several jumps, but I figured maybe we could reduce those a little. So we're going back to the Middle Ages today. Very interesting point in time. Let's see what the hell is gonna go wrong with history today. Let's see if many countries are going to fight against each other or themselves, most likely. As always, link to the original video is down in the description. If you enjoy these videos, make sure you support StarvHarv and subscribe to his channel. And let's see what's going to happen here.
I translated Wikipedia's timeline of the medieval period through languages with terrible translation quality, and this was the result. 410. Harassment has led to the rebuilding of the governing body. The decisive event in the fall of the Western Roman Empire. 431, he affirmed Nicaragua's original doctrine and rejected the teachings of the Nestorius.
We're like 20 seconds in,
Rome
he is already
been
there.
harassed by King Gensrich from harassment.
Wait, Rome has been harassed by King Gensrich from harassment. Is that your kingdom? I mean, if your kingdom is called harassment, it's probably not that shocking that he would harass people, huh?
Gensrich from harassment. Well, you expect him to harass.
Welcome to harassment, Massachusetts.
493. Following the siege, the great spirit Ravenna killed Odessa at a reception. Italy was ruled by Australia from 493 to 550.
What?
What? Also, I like how it's CE and then AD as well. Just all bases are covered. 524, but August wrote about his philosophy and methods. It
That's
has been
a base
described
name,
as one of the most important events in the West in terms of early announcement and the recovery of the Middle East.
The recovery of the Middle East. The memoirs of what was he called? Bud August. To be fair, if you have a name like that, you need a big butt. Like, you cannot call yourself Bud August and have like a tiny ass. That just doesn't work.
Early announcement and the recovery of the Middle East. It was lost for quite some time, but thank God we got Bud August here. 535,
he retrieved it finally.
Gothic War in Italy as part of the Justinian siege. The Titans revived Italy, but changed the
Titans what?
By Pent and prevented Italy from managing the upcoming city of Lambert. 563, he built a mosque that helped transform the Super into a civilization, and so it was destroyed and invaded by Vikings in 794.
Damn fucking Vikings, bro.
The Roman Empire was founded in Italy. Didn't they just say it was going to be destroyed? Whatever. Frankfurt lived in Italy before the 774 invasion under Charlemagne.
How am I supposed to imagine that? The entire city of Frankfurt just living in Italy. Well, maybe they're like me and they just couldn't deal with the heat in summer, so they went back to Germany. And then they discovered drugs at the airport. No, what was it? What was it? The train station, the Frankfurt train station. There you go. And that became their running theme, I guess.
577. He lived in West Saxon Diocese. As a result, Cornwall permanently separated England from Wales.
Just because of where he lives.
Canal
What?
Workshop. Historically, its main function has been to transport grains into the city. Yeah, well, thanks. That was the Great Canal Workshop. I hope you enjoyed.
That's it.
618.
One sentence.
The threat. The local government system in this community will take 286 years. Well, that's accurate.
Yeah, I was about to say. That is a very, very accurate timeline. Like, when was it? I think 2022, if I remember correctly. They were like, yo, so we're gonna, here where I live, you know, they were like, yo, we're gonna improve the internet connection and basically install the top modern glass fiber internet here. I was just like, yo, nice. I mean, why wouldn't I say it, right? Why wouldn't you be happy about getting better internet? That was in 2022. It's now middle of 2025, and they haven't even started. Like, bro, do you think it's gonna be possible for me to download a game quicker with better connection by the time I hit the retirement home, or like, how long do I have to wait? 3 years and they haven't even started. Like, at this point, I have no hope.
Them in this community will take 286 years. Well, that's accurate. 632. Yes. It is up to Islam every evening in this case.
Yes.
632. Abu Bakr became the first caliph.
That's quite the occupation, huh?
I ended 3 conversations in Korea. 30 years later.
I mean, yeah. I would probably too if I went to Korea and someone talked to me and asked me something in Korean or anything other than German or English. Yeah. That's probably how the conversations would go as well. Like an awkward yes or no, and then bye. That would most likely how it would go.
Later, he set up a general shelter leading north. What did he mean by this? 698.
A general shelter.
South Korea has begun. 735.
What?
Death of birds. The bed was later called the father of British history. 750.
That's where it all started for Britain.
He was arrested in 1519. And it is the longest California associated with the Ottoman Empire. Right, okay.
Ah, okay.
814.
That makes sense.
Charlie Magnesium. Almost 30 years later, the empire would be a factor of polarization.
Charlie Magnesium. What the fuck is that kind of
Muslims
a name?
kidnapped Bari and southern Italy.
We have Italy a lot here, right?
Can't believe they captured Bari, 63. 910.
Poor
Cluny
Barry.
Abe was founded by Earl William I of Ollinger. Cluny became the recognized leader of the Western clergy.
Okay.
925.
He made quite the career
King
even
Trevovia
before.
Was crowned king in 1910.
He was doing movies.
To 1928. That took a long time. Tomislav joined groups of Dalmatian and national Tannonian rats in policing and establishing a large state.
What?
929.
What the fuck?
Umayyad Afghanistan, part of the Iberian Peninsula, was given the title of Caliph, or ruler of the Muslim planet.
The Muslim planet. Why is it so damn green? I'm sure one of you guys knows why, and you're gonna let me know in the comments, as you always do. The Muslim planet. What do you think? How would a separate Muslim planet be called? Huh.
936. After 3 Khmer Rouge provinces.
Wait. Was that Elon Musk?
Wang Island was a group. Khmer Rouge provinces. Wang Island was.
I missed it again. I can tell this video is gonna be long, bro.
Provinces.
Yeah, that was Musk.
Wang Island was a group.
Wang Island.
960. The group was formed after the Thai Empire defeated the Thai Empire.
Oh, here we go.
The 5 kings. 300.
Always gotta fight against each other.
Musical direction, north and south combined. It's like some kind of musical going on in Thailand. 1001. Ericsson's Life Canada's current LNC is taking a winter vacation at Oak Meadows. Ericsson was the first European to settle in the United States during a Nordic American voyage. He's making it sound like he's just gone on holiday. 1016. After the death of the Isle of Edmund, King of England became King of England. Who was king of England?
Understandable.
You may be asking? Dan became king of England.
I was
for the
about to
next
say it's
26
he, but
years.
I guess not.
1025. The source of the drug is written. 1049. Pope Leo was the first president to ascend the throne. Leo IX was the prime minister who abandoned his father.
Wait. He abandoned his father, not the other way around. Okay. That's unique.
1054. Eastern and Western mosques divided the church into the culture of Western and Eastern Eritreans. Tensions between the Catholic Church and Austria will change in the Middle Ages. 1066, William became the Duke of Normandy and embraced England after the Battle of Hastings and became king. 1077, Holy Roman Emperor Henry IV entered Canossa, stood in bare snow, pleaded not guilty to the Pope, and conceded defeat at the opening ceremony of the debate.
What?
Nice. The 1088,
that
the
is
University
quite a loss.
of Connecticut was founded. It is the oldest university in Europe. 1099.
So that's where Connecticut
Pope
lies.
Aris II of Germany. The Muslims sent me back. 1102. The Cambodian government and the Cambodian Empire established a two-state system of independence under the rule of the Hungarian king.
That makes no sense whatsoever. What?
1106. He defeated Robert Cook,
Oh yeah,
the
here we go.
English leader of Henry Normandy, at
Nice.
the Battle of the Serb Bridge. Good bridge. 1109.
They fought over
the
a singular
pomegranates were
bridge.
defeated at the Third
The
Battle of
pomegranates.
Vermont. Access to the Polish Sea has been restored. Bromax III defeated.
What? Bromax the Third. That is a name and a half. What? Bromax the Third defeated Emperor Henry the Eighth.
Emperor Henry VIII. 1118. A group of imperial towers has been erected to protect German and European tourists when they visit the city. During the persecution, he became one of the most important and powerful military commanders.
Yeah, understandable.
1123. After this, the first Conversation Council was established, and the link to worms was approved.
Hey?
1125. Jordan. Chu Chen's forces
Jordan.
chased Kai Fong and reached the Antim Road in northern China, where music moved south and turned Lenin into a new city. 1135,
Bruh,
a monarchy
what the
began
hell?
in Britain. Please ignore the previous kings. 1140,
They were just
Detroit.
a trial.
That's crazy.
Not Detroit, bro. Oh no. Detroit, that's crazy. Maybe this is going to be the thumbnail. Detroit, that's crazy. Imagine living in Detroit. That's crazy.
1147, the second torture was in response to Abdasa's fall. This was the first punishment that happened.
The second
It's a
torture was the
complete
first
failure.
punishment.
1163, the foundation stone was laid for the construction of Dirty Paris. This is one
Dirty
of the
Paris.
most popular monuments in Goth. Oh, you have never been to Dirty Paris?
I'm curious, has anyone of you guys been to Paris before? I have not, but I've heard several stories of it, well,
Been to Dirty Paris?
yeah, being pretty filthy. Even from relatives. But I've never been there myself. It's actually not that far away from where I live. But I just never really wanted to go, you know? The Eiffel Tower would probably be cool to look at, but traveling all the way there just to watch the Eiffel Tower, to me, it's not worth it. Disneyland is absolutely not interesting to me at all. I'm sure there are other things you can do in Paris, but I just never really felt the urge to go there. Maybe one of you guys went there before, and maybe you experienced stuff like that before. If you did, feel free to share in the comments. I would be interested to hear some experiences from you as well.
1186, Emperor Henry VIII married the Constad of Sicily. The marriage changed the center of the battle between Jeff/Kiblin and Silly, which signals the destruction of Hohenstauffen's home. Who is
Poor
Silly?
guy.
1189, Richard climbed over the English throne. He's too good for it. 1129,
What?
No Minomo should be Chiwai, Tashcom, or Vulture in the short term. He was the first long-term military dictator to hold the post. What? 1204, during the campaign for a fourth joint.
The fourth joint, who gets it?
Death, the theory of practice, was legal. This is the beginning of the collapse of the Byzantine Empire. 1206, Janla was chosen by Kagan from Mongolia and founded the Mongol Empire. Mongolia controls much of Europe and has changed its old political position. 1215, Magna Carta signed by John England. This is the first time a governor in the Middle East has had to accept the limits of his power. 1258, Baghdad siege. Mongolia has locally controlled, generally regarded as the end of the Islamic Gulf era. It's over.
The Islamic Gulf era. Oh no.
The battle bars trust me. This marks the end of music in China.
The end of music in China. That's a really sad day.
1285.
That is a tragedy.
Mongolia's second invasion of Vietnam. And then 1287, Vietnam's third invasion of Mongolia. So they're going at it.
They just go back and forth.
1305, William Wallace has been charged with common sense.
Oh no. That is quite the harsh punishment. Honestly, in this day and age, I wish a lot more people would be charged with common sense. That would improve our situation in the world. You know, the wars and the back and forth, the religious battles, all the conflicts. Just charge them all with common sense and it should all just disappear. If only it would be aware that easy.
The proceedings. 1307, in the era of presidential adoption, the victory of the Pope culminated in the start of Babylon on Thursday. It began working outside Rome for 7 decades, one of the most important causes of chewing.
What?
1314, the loop is strong wings and orange seeds have an orange conversation.
Okay.
1347, the university was created. It is the oldest university in the world and in Germany.
Bro, as if Germany is like some separate fucking entity. The oldest in the world and also in Germany.
1370, Tim Hagen founded Bishop Tim Merritt. More than 35 years ago, Tamerlan destroyed the Islamic State. Like everyday heads, gold, and fish, to peacefully fulfill its ambitions in the Mongol Empire. 1389, Kosovo War in Serbia. It was an important battle between Hart and the Serbian Evangelical Army led by Sultan Murad and the Duke of Gaia, White Empire.
White Empire. Oh boy, that's a little crazy. The Serbian Evangelical Army led by Sultan Murad. Ha. The Serbian Evangelical Army led by a Muslim. Huh, interesting.
He was born into a group called the Battle of Kosovos,
the
southern Serbian province, after which the Turkestan Empire eventually spread through the Balkan city region, Vienna. There's too many characters in the story, I can't follow. 1396.
Okay, so it's not just
Nicopoly.
Me.
The final whistle failed, and Bulgaria defeated the Austrians.
The final whistle.
1409, Naples' Ladislaus sells his rights, in quotes, to the
What?
Republic of Venezuela for 100,000 rights to the Republic of Venezuela.
What is that even supposed to mean? He sells his rights, in quotation mark, to the Republic of Venezuela and gets 100,000 rights from Venezuela. That sounds like a really weird trade deal. What?
It's a good trade, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he made a profit,
Can
but
somebody tell if you know if it's a good trade? Dalmatia
I would think
remained
so.
under the Venezuela control for nearly 4 decades until 1797. That's a bit more than 4 decades. 1415, Henry Y and his troops defeated the Great French Army because the English period has only just begun. Okay, they had like plot immunity.
I was about to say plot armor. I was about to say.
Along with Tesco and Tulkoven, the fourth
Why is
Mexican
Tesco
king
here?
beat Eseboko to mark the birth of Emperor Aztec and to mark the beginning of 90 years of historical violence. The winning cup began to burn,
90 years of
and
historical
history
violence.
focused on Mexico was rewritten. What?
To celebrate the beginning of 90 years of historical violence. Here we go.
So, this is some kind of weird ritual, I think. So, to mark the birth of the emperor, they set fire to a policeman and then rewrote history. 1429, Mount Elm
Just
Battle.
you know,
was the first
everyday
thing to
normal
pull
things.
Britain out of Europe. It's the first Brexit. 1431, sentenced and executed John of Lorraine. A woman who helped fight France for 100 years died more than 2 years ago. Why didn't you tell me 2 years ago?
That's
1434,
sad.
evidence for the use of fake glass. 1439, Johannes Gutenberg made this model. Throughout Europe, news books
What model?
and news became more news.
Ah,
This is the
okay.
most news you'll ever read.
Mm-hmm. News became more news.
1443, Koreans get letters biting their lips.
Bro, what is that emoji? Nah, brother. Ew.
1453. The decade of war is coming to an end. The great British territory of
Thankfully.
France has now only lost control.
The great British territory of France. There is so much wrong with that expression. The great British territory of France. That is a fever dream in geography. What the fuck? That sounds like some of the stuff my classmates would have wrote. The Great British Territory of France.
Of Mr. Carl. 1455, Saint Aleppo. Surrender is the beginning of a charitable war. 1464.
Really? Is it?
The Thaddeus Peninsula has been created. During the fall of...
Wait. Is that supposed to be a face? Yeah, that's a face, isn't it? The nose, the lips, the Giga Chat chin. That's supposed to be a face, is it not? That's the big ass forehead. The Megamind forehead. And that looks like a separate face as well.
During the fall
That must be
of
on purpose, right?
Constantino Bolmaniani, it was designed to carry out a Turkey besieging missile.
What the fuck?
1467, the Japanese War continues. A
Oh, no.
spectacular civil war. 1469,
Spectacular.
he received
Exceptional.
10 Sichod Tambon and became president. It's as easy as that.
Deserved.
1475, Emperor Dutton
Absolutely deserved.
captured Kenneth and turned him into an empty kingdom. Venezuela was defeated, and the Ottoman Empire became the owner of the Long Sea.
The long sea.
We got exclusive she law.
Oh,
1485, she is one of the most famous British births. 1487, it's a little bit of a bit. This is the end of the charity war. The last thing that ever happened. 1499, the Ottoman...
Well, yeah, I would imagine that a war based upon charity would not last long.
Ottoman Navy beat Venice in the Battle of Sony.
What?
This is the first naval battle to use nuclear missiles.
Huh?
And then after that, nothing else happened, so I think you know what happened.
Yeah, we can imagine what happens. What the hell were they fighting about? They were fighting about Sony so much that they used nuclear missiles. I don't think the new PlayStation is worth that much, bro. You know, the scalpers back in the day when the PS5 came out? I don't think it's that deep to launch fucking nuclear missiles and end the Middle Ages. That was good. As always. So, as always with StarvHarv videos, this one was a good one. This one is delivered as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. We still have enough from the playlist. I'm in the way again with a fat ass face. Wait. We still have a couple more videos left. We're still not done with horrible translations. Yeah, I enjoyed this video. I hope you did as well. If you have other videos you want me to watch, you can let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure I'll get to them eventually. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye.